Hello my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly and it is lovely to see you today. In this video we're going to be having a sit down and a chat about spell books. So as you can see, I have a few spell books. These are just the ones that I have out at the moment. We're currently unpacking all our things from moving in. So most of my books are packed away, but I thought I would show you what I have. This is Potions, Elixirs and This is Potions, Elixirs and Brews. This is by one of my favourite YouTubers. I will leave a link to her channel down below. I absolutely love her and I had to have this book the minute I knew that it was coming out. I have The Apprentices, The Apprentice Witch's Spell Book, a book about knot spells, which is something that I've always been interested in because my dad was a Boy Scout and he always did a lot to do with knots, and so to know that those sorts of knots can be used in spells, very cool. And then I have one that's called Sacred Self-Care, which is all little tips and tricks of how to do spells to help yourself calm down, de-stress, have a little bit of a rest, you know, just what we need at the moment. So these were all books that I picked up at various places. I got this one from Amazon. I think I got these two from The Works, and I got this one from a random shop that we were in looking for presents and Halloween decorations, and I was like, oh look, witchy books. And so I got this from there. So it's really cool that you can get a variety of spell books from lots of different places. You can just pop into your local bookshop and I'm sure that you will be able to find a wide variety of really nice and not too expensive spell books. But the thing that always bothered me was, should I be using the spells in these books? Should I actually be sitting down and trying out any of the spells in the Apprentice Witch's spell book? I mean, it's got a good introduction, it's got beautiful artwork, there's a lot of little spells and things like that. They're quite easy. You know, should I be doing them or should I just be doing spells that come from me? And this was a question that I had for a long time, and I've been doing a lot of research into lots of different people's thoughts and feelings, so I thought I'd come down and have a little chat to you about what I found out. Is it worth getting these spell books or not? So the first thing that I really thought about when I thought about these books is they're a great way to learn. Seeing how different witches practice, how they put their spells together is a great way to learn. If you can open any kind of these books, you will see there are great little spells in here. It tells you exactly what you should be using. If they are any good, they will have the key correspondences for all of the main ingredients. It will tell you everything that you need to know about that spell. And as you read the different spell books, you will start to see things that are similar or the same. So they put things together in a similar way. Things are chosen for similar reasons. They have similar correspondences. The similarities are a great way to learn. I learned this when I was studying. Shamanism is something that really interests me, and I have done videos about shamanism in the past. So check out my spirituality playlist if you want to see those. But I read a book about the shamanic journey, and they were talking about how you can practice shamanism without cultural appropriation, and that is by looking at the similarities within all of these practices and finding a way that will work without stealing or taking from those people. And this is very similar. What you want to be doing is looking at ways that you can bring these people's practices into your own without stealing, without copying, and really make it your own. I think that is the best way of thinking about it. A spell is like a prayer. That's the way I think of it. You're giving forward into the universe. You're asking for a particular thing from a deity, from a god or goddess, from the universe, from an element, whatever it is that you believe in. You're asking for a certain thing to be done, and you're doing it by giving your energy in exchange, like a prayer, but a little bit more powerful. You know, that's how I think of spells. And so it's really important that you put your own words to it. If I'm reciting a prayer that somebody wrote 200 years ago, for example, or that is in the Bible, that prayer isn't going to have as much power or as much meaning as if I'm crying at 2 o'clock in the morning, begging God for whatever it is, or asking God for help. Do you see the difference? One is going to have your emotions and your energy behind it, and the other one, you're just reciting somebody else's. I hope that makes sense, because that is how I came to understand this. These people have put these books together because they want you to try them out. Of course they do. Anais, I think that's how they say their name. I apologise if it's not. They want you to try out their beauty potions and try out these things because they are trying to teach or bestow onto you their knowledge. They've put this together with a lot of energy and intention, but you're not going to have the same energy and intention behind these spells that that person has had. So I think for me, it's just a great place to jump off and to research. If you see somebody is using something in a different way, look into it. Look into the reason why. Message the author if you can get in touch with them, or just a quick Google search is usually my best way of finding out information. Books are great, but if you don't have a lot of money, Google is also fantastic. There are lots and lots of people writing about these things. A lot of witches have blogs now, and they all write articles about different things. I think that's so interesting and so amazing. And so we have all this research at our fingertips. A lot of our ancestors did not have that. You know, technology can be very hard to live with. It can take a lot from us, but it can also give a lot. So bear that in mind when you're thinking about these things. Think about it as a way to research, way to learn, rather than copying somebody else's spell. Witchcraft is so personal. These people put together these books because they learn all these things from their own personal journey, and they put this together to try and help you, just like any one of these witchy books behind me that I have on my altar shelf thing. I don't know quite what you call that, but anyway, they've put these books together because they want you to to take their knowledge and use it to run with. And the best way of doing that is by not just taking this book and copying what's in it, but by making it personal to you. If a certain spell calls for lavender, for example, and you don't have any lavender, but you have something else that has similar correspondences, use that. If you don't feel a certain spell would work well if it was done in a spell bag, but you have a jar, try that. All things work differently for different people, and just because somebody says one thing doesn't necessarily mean that they are correct or that it will work that way for you. Witchcraft is so personal. It's something that comes from your own experiences, comes from your own thoughts, your feelings. Definitely make sure you realise that research is everything when it comes to witchcraft. I've been on this path now for 3 years, and I still feel like a little baby witch just toddling around trying to find the settee to hold on to while I try and find my feet. It's such a big thing, and there's so much going on in it. Research, research, research. And these books are brilliant for research, for finding your feet, for finding out what exactly goes into a spell, because I think witchcraft isn't spells. It's about a lot more than that. So I think that's really, really important. Creating your own spells is going to have way more power to it than copying somebody else's. Your words, your power, your emotion is what brings that to life. Your feelings, your visualizations, if you're able to do it. Your way of working is going to be different to somebody else's. And I love the fact that I call myself at the moment an eclectic witch, because I love learning from lots of different people, no matter if they're pagan or Wiccan or Christian or Buddhist or whatever. I want to learn from them. I want to see what they're doing. It doesn't matter where in the world they live. I want to see what's going on. And that's why I love buying these spell books. They're all, they don't cost a lot. I think this Sacred Self-Care was, it was £5. So it isn't a lot, and it's a beautiful book. I definitely have enjoyed looking into it and really seeing that I can use my witchcraft as a way to take care of myself as well as those around me. I can make gifts, I can craft, I can do a lot with it. But if I were to just take this book and just work my way through the spells, I'm not going to get a lot out of it. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be as powerful as if I do it myself. Creating from the heart is going to make it more powerful. That's where our power comes from. I definitely feel like everything comes from our heart. If you have an open heart chakra, then you are able to create. If you have an open throat chakra, you're able to speak words. You're able to make that communication happen. And using these as inspiration is a wonderful way to start. Maybe you don't know what to do a spell about or where to start. Maybe finding one of these and thinking, oh, a candlelit fire ceremony, that sounds amazing. I'm going to invite my friends over and I'm going to try this spell, and we're going to come up with a version of this between us. Maybe you're in a coven, maybe you've just got a group of witchy friends and you want to get together and just, you know, chill out on an evening. I think that is amazing, and I think that taking inspiration and being inspired by research and by reading these books is exactly what they're there for. I think your real power comes from your grimoire and your own created spells. I recently found a tutorial, and it's actually by the same person who wrote this book, strangely enough. And she did a tutorial about how to make your own grimoire, what to put in your first grimoire, how to pull it together, what to make it look like, etc. It's a really lovely little tutorial, so I think I might do a video in the future setting up my own grimoire. If that is something that you would like to see, definitely make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it, because I think finding ways to make things personal, to really bring your own intent to things, is so beautiful. The grimoire that I choose to make is going to be different to the one that you make. The books that I decide to buy are going to be different to the ones that you buy. And that's what's beautiful. That's why I love having witchy friends to turn to and to learn from. It's incredible. And we have YouTube, which is this amazing space where we can make videos and share them, share our own journey. I mean, if you've been following me along on my journey, you will have seen things have changed and progressed. I started off saying I never wanted to do spells, and now I do spells, and I do have spell books. Things change, we change as people, and it's incredible to have witchy YouTubers and witchy book writer, author people. What was that? It's amazing to have people to follow and be inspired by, but just copying somebody isn't going to give you the same power as doing it your own way. And that's what I love about witchcraft. It's what drew me to it. I am thinking of doing a whole video about what drew me to witchcraft and my journey, so if you would like me to do that, definitely let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. I always love hearing what you want to see on my channel, what interests you. If you've got any questions, links to all these books, if I can find them, will be down below in the description, so you can buy them and enjoy them as well. They are really great books, really enjoy them. I'm really excited to read this one next, but I'm always reading books. And I do a brew and review, which is my little review videos, and that's a series here on my channel. So definitely make sure you stick around if you're interested in different witchy books, because I often review them for that. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to head down there and hit that like button, leave it a cheeky little one, so I know that you enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this in the future. Let me know anything that you would like to see in future. You know, I've got a lot coming to the channel, so if you're interested in witchy things, in disability awareness, in vintage fashion, if you like my face and you enjoy my content, don't forget to head down there and hit that little subscribe button. I'm now in the 900s. I can't believe it. We're creeping our way up to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so thankful and so excited. Hello to everybody who is new here. If you are enjoying my content and you're not yet subscribed, please head down there, hit that little subscribe button, ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays, my health permitting. I always do my very best to be here with you every week, twice a week. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it, that it answers some questions. If you have any thoughts or feelings about spell books that you buy in the shop, let me know down below, because I love hearing from you. I hope you're all staying well. I did put together this playlist for you, so if you would like to watch that, put your feet up, have a cup of tea, definitely do. Take care everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye! Mwah! Oh goodness.